So hey guys, it's Michaela, and if you didn't know, I'm a performing arts major. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to answer these like theater questions and kind of just to get to know me better as a performer. And yeah, let's jump on into it. I got into theater when I was 4 years old. My sister's friend needed the little kid to say like 2 lines, and she volunteered me. At least I think that's how the story went. All I know is I had 2 lines. I said a big fat cat ate a big fat rat, and I fell in love with theater that night, and I've been doing it ever since. I had to just sit and do the math and like calculate everything, but I've been in 14 different shows from the time I was 4 to the time now, and I'm 20. My favorite role I've ever played was Martha in Arsenic and Old Lace. It was, the show was such a turning point in my life, and that character and that cast and that director will always hold a special place in my heart. Just have fun with it, but also take it seriously. And like, you never want to be like that cast member who's like always dragging the rest of everyone else down. So like, have fun, but also like take it seriously, and always make sure that you're prepared. Like, if you need to be off book, be off book. But mostly just have fun and like be ready to work, because it's not like all fun and games all the time. Definitely when there's conflict between like a castmate and a director, or like just someone being like divas, don't like. You know, if a director is asking you to do something and you're just being a brat because you don't want to do it, like, why are you there? Like, that's the director's job to direct you. But also just like people that make everything in theater a competition. Like, technically it is, because we are all going for very similar roles, and you know, there is like that little like competitive side to it, but not every little thing is a competition. And I used to think that my biggest strength was dramatic pieces. I have since learned that I am amazing at comedy. I wouldn't say it's my strength, but I don't know. I feel like I'm really torn. It's very hard to self-evaluate myself. Anything that involves me having to be sexual or like intimate with someone, that has always been my weakness. And being at a performing arts college and being an acting major has definitely like pushed me outside of that comfort zone. But I'm still, anytime I read something and there's like intimacy or like anything sexual, I'm like, ugh. If we're talking just like grand scheme, like actual celebrities, Steve Martin, he is amazing. He is just, everything he has ever done has been amazing. And if we're talking about just in my personal life, probably one of my previous theater teachers, Amanda. She changed my life and continues to change my life. Kate in Broadway Bound by Neil Simon. This past semester I got to do a scene from Broadway Bound and play Kate, and it was the biggest honor and privilege of my life. And if I could be on stage playing any character, it would be Kate, and it's been Kate from Broadway Bound since I was like 10 years old. When I'm in them, I prefer plays, but to go and sit and watch musicals. I don't like improv, so probably taxi cab. If you don't know what it is, basically there's like a taxi driver, and then you get into the taxi, and there's always 4 people in the taxi, and you kind of just have to like create a story in the taxi. Also, I'm really bad at explaining things, if you could. This changes all the time, but my favorite musical right now, that has been my favorite musical for a hot minute, is Ghost. That just always gets me right in the feels. And my favorite play, actually I did not even know this play existed until my college did it, is The Wolves, or is it Wolves? I don't know, let me check, let me get back to you. I just Googled it because I didn't want to be wrong, and it's called The Wolves by Sarah Delap. It's a really good show. It is about like high school girls going through like just the craziness of life, but each scene takes place at a Saturday soccer practice, and it's just such a good play, and my college did it and it was amazing, and all the girls who were in it are amazingly talented and just phenomenal, and I read the whole play many times. I now want to do it. It's so good and so wonderfully written, and just seeing it executed on stage was so amazing as well. There's none that are coming to my mind that actually happened on stage during like a real performance, but being a performing arts major, you're constantly doing like mini performances in class, and there have been a lot of embarrassing moments during, or awkward moments during those. So actually this past semester, my friend Tony and I were doing our scene from Broadway Bound, and there was a glass on the edge of a table, and I'm supposed to move it, so I slam a plate down, and that way it doesn't like break. That is not what happened. I forgot to move the cup, and so I slammed the plate down and the glass shattered, and it was probably awkward for no one else, but for me it was really awkward, and we have it on video, so I'm gonna insert it right. Besides, do you think that's a lot of ground to cover, wasn't it?
Yes, it is a lot of ground to cover, Kate. Is that the answer you want?
Why her? After 33 years of marriage, why? I broke glass in our scene.
That's passion. That was passion coming out.
Now it's a whole thing. They're cleaning it up. Oh no. I had just finished my last high school performance, and I dedicated my entire high school career to theater and our theater program. And everyone had kind of left, and they were all getting ready to leave. They were all in the dressing room changing. And I just took a moment for myself, and I just sat in the middle of the stage and remembered every good and bad moment that happened in that building. And it's such like an intimate moment in my life, but it's my best offstage moment, even though it was on stage. My senior year of high school, I was the foreman in 12 Angry Jurors, and I think that play is really hard in itself and challenging because there's really no action. You are sitting at a table for the whole show, and it's very like procedure based. There's not a lot of acting happening, in my personal opinion, and you kind of have to like create this backstory of your character so that you have something to work with, but you're also like not really allowed to do much with your character. I don't know, it was a really hard role for me to do. I mean, I did it and I enjoyed my time, but it was definitely like challenging. I feel like my life would be very boring, but on a more like serious note, if I wasn't doing theater, or if theater didn't exist, I would probably be going to college for something like physical therapy or athletic training or something like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Those were fun questions to answer, and some of them I had to like actually think about, but be sure to give this video a thumbs up and a comment down below, and I'll see you guys all very soon.